What is going on, everybody? Welcome in A to Z Sports live on a Thursday morning, and it's not just any Thursday morning. It is happy NFL schedule release day to Derek, and also a happy schedule release day to Jonathan on the YouTube waiting room chat. As we're going to go live here, and we're talking about one Titans schedule rumor that I hope personally is not true. So we'll talk about that, and then I have three Titans schedule predictions that we'll talk about. And then we'll touch on some rookie draft class topics, as well as Titans rookie minicamp comes and starts tomorrow afternoon. I will be out there tomorrow at the Titans facility to watch rookie minicamp. And Zach is out for the next 2 days as he is on the beach, where I will be going to the beach on Saturday. So looking forward to that. So Jack Gentry in to wrap up this week and to predict the schedule release. And then tomorrow morning to react to the Titans schedule. And plus, Jarrell, how about them Grizzlies? I lost money last night, but we get to see the Grizz play one more game at least, winning game 5, stomping the Warriors. So what's going on, everybody? We're going to have a great show. I think I'm going to crush these schedule predictions, and we'll talk more about that. And then the Magic Bucket will wrap us up like it does every Thursday. Once again, Zach out of town for a Magic Bucket, and Jack has to endure the punishment of that. So we'll talk about that later on. But Jack, welcome in. Hope everything's going well.
It's going great. I've fallen on so many of Zach's Magic Bucket swords that it's getting ridiculous. Titans Kyle. I see you, Titans Kyle. But yeah, while you guys are filing in, hey, it's schedule release day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love when the schedule comes out because everyone jumps to massive conclusions just on when they're playing who, where they're playing who, what day they're playing who. It's going to be fun tonight. We want to hear from you guys. What are y'all's thoughts on schedule prediction day? Titans, we only know really 1.5 games, I'd say.
We know one. There's a rumor about another that we're going to talk about.
So we're going to get to all that today, but while you guys are filing in, if you're on Facebook, make sure to share that show. Share it to any Titans group you're in. Share it to your timeline. Share it to your friend's timeline who's a big Titans fan. If you're watching on Twitter, retweet that thing. Spread it down the timeline of all your followers. If you're on YouTube, make sure you tap that bell icon at the top of your screen to make sure you get a notification anytime A to Z Sports goes live. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a fun end of the week here. I love the schedule. Austin, I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, it's necessary. It's a necessary evil. You know it's coming. They're going to draw it out. This year, they've done it a little differently. They've kind of dropped a trail of breadcrumbs throughout the week. You know, this team's playing on Monday Night Football, Tuesday night against the Bills. But I enjoy it because the first look at that schedule, I go, boom, 12-5. 12-5. And then I spend the next week going, okay, maybe they can get one here if they get KC. That's 13-4. You got a bye week at the right time. You're playing the Colts on extended rest. It's lining up really well. Hopefully no West Coast road trips this year. I know they do have the AFC West on the schedule, but it's going to be a fun day. I want to hear from you guys. Y'all's opinions are just as important as ours. So let's light it up in the chat today. Let's have a good day.
Yep, let's do it officially. Welcome into A to Z Sports, powered by the BetMGM app. I'm Austin Stanley. He is Jack Gentry in for Zach Bingham. Make sure you follow us all over our social media as we go live every weekday morning at 8 Central Time on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. We also tweet out those links on our Twitter for the YouTube show and the Instagram story for the YouTube show as well. So follow us on TikTok too, because we'll have rookie minicamp action on our TikTok on A to Z Sports Nashville as well. Got to thank our sponsors because they make it happen for us and they help out you guys with Wilson County Hyundai. Make them a part of your new car buying process and experience by going to see them in Lebanon, not Lebanon, as my shade said yesterday, but Lebanon, or check them out at wilsoncountyhyundai.com. The Bone and Joint Institute, boneandjointtn.org, the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care whenever you get hurt in life, boneandjointtn.org, and Farm Bureau Health Plans. Get better with Farm Bureau Health Plans. That's better coverage, better service, better rates. Learn more about a health plan for you at fbhp.com/ATOZ. So, Jack, we'll be talking about the Titans schedule, rumors, and my 3 predictions here. But we also do have TennesseeTickets.com to tell you, because when the schedule comes out tonight, that's Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. there is only one place for you guys to buy tickets. That is TennesseeTickets.com. More on why later on. But Jack, I was excited to see the Titans at Bills be on Monday night yet again, because that series between the Titans and the Bills, who now I think are going to play for the 5th consecutive regular season. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 2, including this one, are primetime games. When you go back to Tuesday Night Football in 2020 because of the COVID stoppage of the Titan situation, then last year, a thriller on Monday night in Nissan Stadium where the Titans win 34-31. And then you've got this upcoming season, week 2 in Buffalo on Monday Night Football. That's great. It's fun to see. We'll get to my schedule predictions, but there's another rumor that has come out, and it's from NFL Game Leaks on Twitter. And I don't know what this account's credibility is, but NFL Game Leaks on Twitter has been just popping up all timeline long, all week long on my feed with new game times and single game releases, weeks, schedule, time, and network. And I saw them pop up on Titans hosting the Raiders in week 16. And then they followed up and said, by the way, this is a Christmas Day game. And week 16 is on Christmas Day. I do not want the Titans to play on Christmas Day. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I do not want this to happen. But again, let's remember the NFL announced a few weeks ago that for the first time ever, the NFL will have 3 Christmas Day games. Normally, whenever Christmas falls on a Sunday, the NFL shifts to take up Christmas Eve on Saturday and has 1 or 2 Christmas Day games. The NBA has Christmas. The NFL typically doesn't. They usually own Christmas Eve. There's no college football on that Saturday, so they had the flexibility to own that Saturday. So I don't know how you feel about this, but I want at all costs for the Titans to avoid a Christmas Day game. And we'll get the chat's input on this as well. So how do you feel, Jack?
Okay. Well, for me on Christmas, it starts with a big breakfast, right? And then you kind of get to 11 o'clock, your first NBA game tips off. And on Christmas, and I know not everybody in Nashville is an NBA fan. I think a lot of people are Grizzlies fan.
But most people in Nashville are not NBA people.
Yes, exactly. So for me, I'm a big NBA guy. I love basketball. I grew up playing it. It's my favorite sport. I love watching the Stars play on Christmas Day. They try really hard. They put in a lot of effort. Everyone tries to be available. But it's interesting. The NFL fears nobody. It's like DeAndre Hopkins. You remember in that training camp video with D'Angelo Hall? He says, "I fear God, homie." The NHL or the NFL only fears God. Okay.
I don't even know if they fear God.
Yeah, because they're going head to head with the NBA on the biggest regular season day in the NBA season. For me, I like it for a couple of reasons. Drinking on Christmas, right? It's everyone's favorite thing to do. Well, maybe not everyone's, but whoever, the people who like to drink out there, they love to get a little drunk on Christmas, even though work's going to be on Monday, the day after Christmas this year. You're going to get a rowdy Nissan Stadium full of drunk, happy Titans fans. Hopefully happy.
Jolly. No, this is jolly Titans fans.
It'll be week 16, so it'll depend how the season has kind of progressed,
right?
Depending on just how happy the Titans fans are. I like it. I think it's a fun way to celebrate, a really fun holiday. The Lions have Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving Day games in the last few years have been so terrible that maybe this is a good move for the NFL. Put some good teams, good games on Christmas Day. The Titans and Raiders, that's a great matchup. 2 teams vying for a playoff spot, probably at that time in the season. There's going to be a lot of playoff implications. It's going to be fun. I think Titans fans will enjoy it, but I also understand the other side. Some people travel for Christmas. Some people travel out of state for Christmas. You like to hang out with your family at Christmas. No. That's not going to happen this year. Take your kids to the damn Titans game. Let's fill that thing up. I think it'll be a good time. And you know what? It hurts because I feel like this year could be the year the Grizzlies get a Christmas Day game. So, Team Tennessee is going to be busy on Christmas if my prediction is correct.
All right, so let's ask the question, because I've already said that I am anti. I would hate this if the Titans put in Christmas. Would you love or hate it? Simple as that. Would you love the Titans playing on Christmas Day, or would you hate the Titans playing on Christmas Day? Jack is going to drop that question in the chat, and we'll talk about your answers and reasonings why. But let me remind you guys that TennesseeTickets.com is the only place for you, the Titans fan, to buy your tickets, whether it's Titans tickets or whatever tickets. They got concerts, they got other venues, they got other cities across the world. TennesseeTickets.com is locally owned and operated, which means it is safe. You don't never want to get screwed when you buy tickets. That sucks. Tickets are expensive. But Tennessee Tickets does it right. They take care of you. If they actually have customer service, Ticketmaster doesn't have customer service. Are you kidding me? StubHub doesn't either. They're too big to care about you. But Tennessee Tickets does. If you want to have a special ticket package, you can call them on the number on your website, or just simply go to TennesseeTickets.com to get your Titans tickets tonight and tomorrow morning when the schedule is out. So just remember that. The schedule comes out tonight at 7. Tonight, like 30 minutes after the schedule comes out, tickets available at TennesseeTickets.com. And the last part, no hidden fees. The price you see before you get to checkout is the same that you see at checkout. No extra fees with Tennessee Tickets, like those other companies as well, at TennesseeTickets.com.
Yes, also download the BetMGM app. It's the king of sportsbooks. If you don't have it on your phone and you're a sports gambler, you're not doing it right. We got a special promotion for tonight. Code A to Z 200 turns a $10 moneyline wager into $200 when one NBA team in the game you bet on hits a single three-pointer. So we got 2 games tonight. Philadelphia is playing Miami, and we got the Suns traveling to Dallas. You put $10 on any of those 4 money lines, and if one three-pointer is made in that game, that $10 immediately turns into $200. So remember, code A to Z 200, $10 money line wager turns into $200 as long as one three-pointer is made in your game, which I guarantee you with these 4 teams in action tonight will happen.
Yeah, happened pretty quick too. All right, A to Z Sports here live on this Thursday. Do you hate or love the Titans potentially playing on Christmas? Because right now there is one rumor out there from NFL Game Leaks on Twitter. Again, I have no idea what the credibility is of this Twitter account, but they have tweeted out a lot of games. So there is a rumor that Titans will be hosting the Vegas Raiders on Christmas Day in Nissan Stadium. Love it or hate it? Love it or hate it? Jack, what are the people saying in the chat?
Shannon loves it. We're getting a lot of love, by the way.
Oh,
Alex
God,
Fine,
no.
he loves it. Nika, Eric, Tiffany, love. She triple loves it. Jared's a big fan of it as well. My guy, Eddie Cardona, he loves it. Mark loves it. Guy loves it.
By the way, congrats to Eddie, who we met at last year on Titans Game Day. I just saw Eddie bought like 17 acres in East Tennessee to retire on. So golf clap to Eddie.
Good for you, Eddie.
Which brings him a lot closer, because I think he's out of state, but just brings Eddie a lot closer to the Titans regularly. So props to Eddie there.
So we've gotten all love so far, but Steven says he hates it. He does not like the idea of the Titans on Christmas. Marquis loves it. Nate John loves it. Jarvis loves it. Nick loves it. Derek loves it. Jeff Rubel, great Christmas gift.
But it could suck, right? Because Michael says it ruins his day if the Titans lose on Christmas.
That's good. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
So, Titans Kyle says it's about the NBA regular season. What is it? Hold on. I'm more on Jack's side. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled that out. I can't really read that well, but Billy loves it. So a lot of love. There's a few hates, and the comment that you pulled up and read about how it could ruin Christmas. That would really suck, right? I only thought about playing on Christmas. I didn't think about losing on Christmas.
You know what I thought about? Working on Christmas. That's what I thought.
Believe me, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, because I work like Titans games. I'm trying to remember like the last Titans game that I didn't work in some capacity. I mean, it's been literally, I guess 2016. I didn't like work on games, but I kind of did, because Zach and I flip-flopped credentials for the press box that year. So half the games I worked, half of them I didn't. But yeah, I mean, I still worked. And Lucas says Austin's just selfish needs. I mean, yeah, like, I'm sorry. The football season is working like 7 days a week for 5 months. I look forward to Thanksgiving Day when I don't have to work. I look forward to Labor Day when I don't have to work. And I look forward to Christmas when I don't have to work. So, yeah, I would love because this past year was great, Jack, because the Titans, Christmas was on a Saturday and the Titans played Thursday night against the Niners before Christmas. So I got Christmas weekend off. So that's where I didn't have to work the day after Christmas because they didn't play on Sunday. So that's why I would hate it. I mean, I'm just being honest. I would truly hate if the Titans played on Christmas.
How about if they double us up and put them on Thanksgiving as well?
So here's the funny thing, because Jimbo says Austin the Titans Grinch, but like, so we have our A to Z Sports Dallas team, right? And when this came up, we have a group text with everybody in it, and Mauricio, who's basically our Buck Rising of Dallas, is like, oh my gosh, if the Cowboys play on Christmas too, like, screw every holiday, because the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. Now, if they put the Cowboys on Christmas Day, they're like, oh, okay, just they can't celebrate anything.
Yeah, that would be a tough break. Although Titans on I think it was late 2000s the last time the Titans played on Thanksgiving, and I believe
2008. It was a 2000 either 08 or 09.
And they won that game, if I'm not mistaken.
They destroyed the Lions.
Mm-hmm. So
them.
It's fun, and it doesn't happen often. While the Titans are good, I like to see them, in big moments and big events, like a Christmas Day game. So, and Titans fans, there's a bunch of people that say, well, why don't the Titans...
Sorry to interrupt this. Do you remember there's two things I remember about that Titans Lions game? It is Chris Johnson just destroying that Lions defense. And then Dave Ball, defensive lineman 97 for the Titans, had a pick six in that game and did the turkey wing touchdown dance. That's what I remember from that Thanksgiving game.
Dave Ball, great. Remember the Titan for the Tighten Up podcast listeners.
Indeed.
Titans fans complain about not being put in the spotlight. I think this Christmas Day spotlight, it's new, right? It's totally new. I think it's a fun way to try it. And Titans fans, we can figure it out the day after Christmas, whether we liked it or not. But I think it's fun. People are going to be sitting at home. Christmas Day is not a holiday. It's not like Thanksgiving where everybody goes to the movie theaters. Although I've always found that strange. I don't know anybody who does that, but apparently it's the biggest day to go to the movie theaters in America. But it's not a holiday where you're out and about. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're going to, do whatever with the kids. It's a sit at home holiday. It's a sit at home, hang out with family, open presents, and then kind of just drink / waste the rest of the day away just being with each other. Now you add the Titans to that mix, and I think that makes everybody's Christmas a little more jolly.
Yeah, I think if I didn't have to work it, then I would be more for it. But the work angle for me is what crushes that anyway. So again, Christmas Day, that is a rumor, just a rumor, that the Titans are going to be hosting the Raiders on Christmas Day. So just a rumor at that from NFL Game Leaks. The official schedule comes out tonight. And speaking of that, Jack, I've got 3 predictions. And honestly, I'm not blowing smoke. I think I'm going to get all 3 right.
You sound like me when I'm putting down a parlay. You know what? I've got 3 games that I really like, and I don't see one losing.
I'm going to drill this. I have 3 schedule predictions for tonight, and I think I'm going to sweep it. Parlay it together. I think I'm going to crush this. Okay? So get ready for that. But real quick, let me tell you guys about Wilson County Hyundai. Make them a part of your car buying experience and process by going to see them in Lebanon or at wilsoncountyhyundai.com. Again, trust is a big deal when it comes to buying a car in this economy. Still tough for inventory, and you got to go somewhere that you know the people, that you trust them. Well, I know Painbone. I know the people at Wilson County Hyundai. We've been working with them for like 3 years. You can trust them. Trust them every time, because they're not going to try to sleaze their way into making a sale. They're going to do what's right by you. And doing what's right by you, the customer, is making sure they find the right vehicle that fits your lifestyle, that fits your budget and your needs, right there in Lebanon at wilsoncountyhyundai.com.
Yeah, and trust is a big word in the gaming arena. There's no app that I trust more than the BetMGM Sportsbook app. I've had it on my phone for over a year. You use the promo code to sign up. You get a ton. They offer tons of odd boosts throughout the entire time you have the app. It's not just the promo code that they're helping you out with. It's games throughout the week, throughout the month. There's tons of odd boosts on BetMGM, but I'm talking about one in particular tonight. If you sign up, new users, if you sign up tonight on the BetMGM Sportsbook app and use code A to Z 200 and put $10 on a money line on any of the NBA games in action tonight, if one single three-pointer is made in the game you bet on, that $10 money line wager turns into $200, no matter if your bet wins or loses. You get $200 as long as one three-pointer is made in the game you bet on. So remember, use that code tonight, A to Z 200, and turn $10 into $200 when one three is made.
Yep. Visit betmgm.com for terms and conditions. 21 or older. Tennessee only. New customer offer. All promotions subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issue if non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire in 7 days. And for problem game support, call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789. Okay, Jack. I really feel like I'm going to crush these 3 schedule predictions. Okay. So are you ready for it?
I'm beyond ready for this. I love to hear your predict. I love to hear the predictions.
All right, so I said this on Monday, right? So Monday, it was announced that the Titans at Bills would be week 2 in Buffalo. And props to Liz George, intern Liz, who lives in the Buffalo area. So if you need somewhere to stay, you can just stay at Liz's house in Buffalo for that game. I'm offering that up for everybody. Okay, so here's my first prediction. I said this on Monday, and I'm doubling down on it. 4 primetime games, not 3. But 4. You got 3 last year. You got 3 the year before. 4 primetime games. And I'm getting specific with it too, because we know the one Monday night game, right? You're guaranteed to have a Thursday night game. So there's 2, right? I think the Titans will get another Monday night game and then 1 Sunday night game. So I'm going 4 primetime games, 2 on Monday night, 1 Thursday night, and 1 Sunday night. Now, we know the Bills. That one's locked in. So here are the other opponents I think will be these, okay? I think it will. I've got 4 teams that I'm going to throw out there for the other 3 slots. Packers in Green Bay, at the Chiefs, at the Colts. I think at the Colts on Monday night's going to happen. And then home versus the Broncos.
Wow, you left one off, and I'm surprised at the one you left off.
What?
How about Monday night in Philadelphia? A.J. Brown revenge game.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Man, that would be fun to watch.
I just think that's what's going to happen. Now, Amy says Thursday Night Football at Packers is confirmed. Where is that confirmed? Because I saw our guys' NFL game leaks have said the Jags on Thursday Night Football. I have not seen the Green Bay game confirmed. My tweet deck is freaking out.
Yes, I haven't seen it either. But again, you guys might be able to spend a little more time on Twitter than I am right now. But yeah, so run through those one more time just to make sure I have them clear. You said Green Bay.
All right, so I think there are 4 total primetime games. I think 2 Monday night, 1 Thursday, 1 Sunday night. And I think the Bills are obviously locked in. I think the other 3 games will be between these 4 teams: at Packers, at Chiefs, at Colts, home versus Broncos.
Oh yeah. So they have the AFC West and they have the NFC East. At home, and I know a lot of Titans fans, they're all for primetime games, but they'd really like them at home. I think Dallas at home could be a possibility. They love putting the Cowboys on primetime. The last time the Titans and Cowboys were on primetime was, remember, the Kevin Byard on the Star, a big win for the Titans, big comeback win for the Titans. I believe Mariota was the quarterback.
I don't think they'll do that because it happened just a few years ago.
So you got Christmas Day against the Raiders. That doesn't count. But, if you look at the teams the Titans are playing at home, Denver and Cincinnati and Indianapolis, I guess, those are your big 3 home games. Mm-hmm. If you can get one of those on primetime at home, I think that's a huge advantage. You want to play the best team in primetime at home because, if it's on Monday night, you get that extra day of rest. So, when the schedule comes out for me, I look for a few things, right? I look to see, are there any big road trips? Are there any big homestands? Where's the bye week? Because I don't want to have a bye week too early or last year too late in the season. So the guys are already banged up and maybe 1 week isn't enough for those dudes to get back healthy. But, another thing I look for is extended rest. When the Titans are coming off extended rest, that means a bye week. That means playing on Thursday night football. Maybe there's a Tuesday night football game and you have an extra week off or whatever situations lie ahead with COVID. You'll never really know. But it's really just the Thursday night games. You get that 10 days, and that bye week, you get 2 weeks. I want the Titans to be playing the best two teams on their schedule after extended rest like that.
Okay, I got you.
I want the Titans to be playing Kansas City after after a bye, and maybe it's Cincinnati after they play on Thursday against the Jags or the Texans or whatever god awful matchup they have lined up.
So I'm going to run through my 3 predictions real quick. I'll reiterate. My first prediction is 4 primetime games. I'm going to get specific with the first prediction, right? 4 primetime games, 2 Monday night games, 1 Thursday, 1 Sunday. I think the other 3 besides the Bills are Packers, Chiefs, Colts, Broncos. Okay? That's where I think the primetime games come in. My next prediction, so that's prediction 1. Tuesday prediction. Week 1 at home. Cincinnati Bengals.
Run it back immediately.
Yes.
The Green Bay thing gives me the heebie-jeebies because of the last time the Titans played Green Bay on the road in prime time, right? It was a snowy day, and A.J. Dillon ran for like 7,000 yards against the Titans defense. That was a tough day for Titans fans. Going into that game, everybody was happy. Derrick Henry in the snow, the Titans in the snow. Winter is coming, and then they just get beat like a drum. I do like the idea of running it back with Cincinnati. I think the Titans have a lot to play for no matter when that game is. The revenge angle will be one that they use to their advantage. But I would, for me, I really want to see
Let's talk about that because I think why Bengals week 1, I think there's animosity there. I think the Bengals are a hot team, and I think the Titans will be – I think that's a week 1 game the NFL would love to take advantage of, to have the rematch, basically back-to-back games for the Titans against the Bengals, playoffs in week 1. And why I think it could be that is because the Titans are on the road in week 2 at Buffalo. I think they open at home. So opening at home, there's a limited amount of teams, right? Like I think that's where, other games have been rumored. Like the Raiders game has been rumored to be late in the year. So the Jags game was rumored to be late in the year. So I think it's not going to open up with the Colts in week 1. That's not really happened before. So that's where I think they go. And they open up week 1 with the Broncos a couple of years ago. So that's why and they're not going to do Giants, Cowboys, or Texans in week 1. So that's why I think it's going to be week 1 Titans hosting the Bengals.
That would make for a really fun ball game. And you're right. There is still a lot of animosity between the two teams. I kind of want the Titans to ease into the schedule. And I think a lot of Titans fans will agree with me here. With the things they're dealing with, right? They have a cornerback with a total question mark above his head and Roger McCreary, who's going to be a rookie. I want September, those 3 games in September, I want those games to be against, Washington, Jacksonville, Houston, even the Giants. I want it to be against those type of teams because you still have Robert Woods coming back. You have Caleb Farley coming back and still without any real NFL experience. So, there's a lot of things. Treylon Burks, he's got to get acclimated to the offense and what Ryan Tannehill likes to do. There's just a lot of components to the Titans roster that needs to kind of figure itself out in that first month of the season. So I would like as many, powder puff games as they can possibly put in September and then get into the real meat and potatoes of the schedule in October, in November, where the Titans will be playing at full strength. We'll be playing with guys who know what they're doing out there, hopefully have an answer at cornerback, and then Ryan Tannehill develops chemistry with all of these guys. Remember, not Burks, Woods, or Hooper, or now you have Chigakonkwo and Kyle Phillips. None of those guys have caught a single ball from Ryan Tannehill. So they're going to have to work through the first month of the season figuring each other out, figuring out the tendencies of each other. So I want an easy September and a tough October, November.
You're not going to get an easy stretch whatsoever.
I know it's the NFL, but there are teams on here that are more beatable than others.
It's a first place schedule. Yes. Yeah. You would like to have the NFC East early, right? Because you can go beat up them and get some momentum. So, okay. 4 primetime games. That's prediction number 1. Week 1 at home against the Bengals. That is prediction number 2. My third prediction, and again, I think I'm going to get all these. The Titans will have an early bye week. The Titans will have an early bye week. Last year, they had a late bye week in week 13. The first bye week in the 17-game schedule last season was week 6. I think the Titans will have either a week 6 or a week 7 bye week. That is my prediction.
That would be tough.
3 predictions just to wrap it all up. 4 primetime games. Home opener, week 1 versus the Bengals, and an early bye week in week 6 or 7, which is the first 2 weeks for the byes.
The earliest bye I would like for the Titans would be week 8. I want them to come as close to cutting that schedule in half as they possibly can. I think it's easier from a team's mindset where you can set goals for the second half. While last year they kind of had 5 games after their bye week, and hey, you got to win these 4 if you want the number 1 seed. 4, and you got to win 3 if you want the number 1 seed. I think cutting it in half makes things a lot easier on guys, not just physically but mentally. You can kind of separate what happened before the bye, what's going to happen after the bye, what to change after the bye. So I'd like for that bye week to come week 8, week 9, week 10 at the latest.
So do you think I'm right? How do you feel about it? Because Mark says Austin already has the schedule leak. I do not. I said on Monday, I think 4 primetime games, and then I'm doing process of elimination, and I'm thinking week 1 hosting the Bengals and then an early bye week. That's because of last year's late bye week.
I think 4 is reasonable. I think I would put 3 primetime games as a slight favorite, just because the Titans, the way they play, it doesn't exactly mesh with everybody's, in a league where everybody throws it around right now. The Titans don't really fit that mold, and a lot of people think they're boring because of it. Well, I think I'm going to go 3 primetime games. Tuesday night, you got the Bills, and then you get a Sunday night game against one of these 2 teams. Maybe it's Philadelphia, maybe it's Indianapolis, maybe it's one of the teams in the AFC West. I'm leaning 3 over 4, but again, it's probably like 3 minus 130, 4 minus 105. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, it's that close.
It's not even plus money. Okay, no. I get you. Nick says, no way the Titans are getting 4 primetime games, especially without AJ.
I'm kind of with him. There's a lot of new storylines.
Watch it. They're going to get 4.
There's just a lot
Sean says, I don't think there's any chance they give the Titans 4. When's the last time they had 4? This year's the last time they had 4. Just wait for it. I am going to be right. I'm going to sweep all 3 of these predictions.
I hope you're right. I hope they do get 4. I think that
I'm going to get all 4. It's going to be 2. I'm going to go detail on this. They're going to have 2 Monday night games, 1 Thursday, 1 Sunday. 4 primetime games. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Mark Anthony, he's another one saying Titans at Green Bay week 11 on Thursday night. I don't have that in front of me, but that's 2 people who've now said it. So I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Apparently the Green Bay beat reporters from the Athletic or talking about it. And Eric Castillo says, Austin, put your money where your mouth is. I'm literally on a public forum telling everybody my prediction. I can't put money on this because it's impossible to bet this on any sports book. BetMGM's not going to take my random ass bet about primetime games. But so again, I'm talking on a public forum. If I'm wrong and they only have 3 primetime games, then I'll be right back here tomorrow for you guys to come at me. Right? So that's the accountability that I'm offering up. I think I'm right.
On Tuesday, your favorite Twitter account, NFL Game Week, said Titans at Eagles, week 12. 3:25 on Sunday. So that would not be a primetime game if NFL Game Leaks has that correct. So, I'm not taking that as scripture. It's, a Twitter account that's unverified. Nobody knows who runs it. But again, they're pretty specific in a lot of these predictions. So it's something to take note of. I don't think I'm gonna, I don't think they're gonna get all of these 100% right. But
I think I'm going to get them all right. I think I'm going to get 4 primetime games correct. I think I'm going to get Bengals. I think the Bengals week 1 is the one that I'm least confident about, but I feel good about it anyway. It just sounds juicy, right? It sounds like something like WWE would do.
yeah, it does. And a lot of people who were watching that game were it was a really fun game, though Titans fans found it more frustrating than Bengals fans. It was a really fun game, and the teams really match up well against each other. Bengals obviously bolstered their O-line in the offseason, but the Titans didn't come with their best shot. The Titans have a bigger punch to throw against the Bengals and what they got in the AFC divisional round. And, regular season Tannehill is obviously better than what we've seen from playoff Tannehill. So maybe that helps as well.
Yes. All right. A to Z Sports here live on this Thursday. By the way, the NFL will release at 5 p.m. Central Time the week 1 opponents. So get ready for that. So the full schedule at 7 p.m. Central, week 1 will be at 5 p.m. Central. Mark, Mark's just saying Titans at Green Bay week 11 for Sunday Night Football. You just said Thursday Night Football like 5 minutes ago.
There's a possibility for Sunday night there, though.
Mark's just taking shots and hoping one hits. I think I'm going to be right. I think I'm going to be right with my prediction.
What I don't want when that week 1 schedule for all these teams come up, I do not want the Titans traveling out west, because you go out west and then you go up to northeast Buffalo.
Yeah, but you got a whole week. You got an extra day in the Buffalo thing. So I'm not worried about that.
Telling you that's
the whole thing is like they only have to go out west once. They have to go out west once. They go out to LA for the Chargers.
Yeah, but I mean, in Kansas City, even there, I mean, to play Kansas City, Buffalo, week 1, week 2 would
Kansas
be
City's not out west. It's like north, slightly north.
It's not that big of a deal. You just don't want to rack up miles early on in the season. I think
the Titans don't have a lot of miles.
No.
And honestly, I'd rather you rack up the miles earlier in the year. Have that Chargers game be early. I don't know. But anyway, all right, let's move on to this next topic, Jack, because Titans rookie minicamp is tomorrow. Zach and I talked a lot about Malik Willis and Treylon Burks yesterday, but let's talk more about some of these other guys, and a question that Jack posed of which Titans rookie will have the biggest impact on the season besides Treylon Burks, who's the first-round pick, but which Titans rookie will have the biggest impact on the season besides Burks. But first, I'm going to tell you guys about Farm Bureau Health Plans. Get better coverage, better rates, better service for your health plan with Farm Bureau Health Plans. Seriously, it's great. Zach has done it. Jack has done it. They did it in different ways, but are both benefiting. Zach did it all via Zoom and phone call, and he saved over 20% on his health coverage from his previous setup. And then Jack walked into the Franklin location. Over 200 plus locations in the entire state, from the west to the east, all over the place. You can find a Farm Bureau Health Plans office close to you, or just check them out at fbhp.com/ATOZ. If you don't know what you're paying for health coverage and you want better actual service, do it. fbhp.com/ATOZ.
Don't forget, guys, big NBA games coming up tonight. We got the Sixers hosting the Heat and Dallas hosting the Suns. There's going to be no hugs allowed in Dallas tonight after what went down with Chris Paul and that little kid. So look, download the BetMGM app. New users, we have a code for you guys. As I pull up the promo code, it's going to be A to Z 200 tonight. You're going to put a $10 moneyline wager on any of the 4 teams in action, and that $10 turns into $200 as long as 1 3-pointer is made in the game you bet on. So you can win $10 off the money line and then double it up and add $200 more to your bankroll when 1 3-pointer is made, because it will happen. So remember, new users, download the BetMGM app, use promo code A to Z 200, put $10 on the money line for one of the games going on tonight, and turn it into $200 when 1 single 3-pointer is made. It's easy. It's free.
All right, so which Titans rookie will have the biggest impact on the season besides Treylon Burks? So you've got Hassan Haskins, Titan says on YouTube, which I think is interesting because I don't really expect him to have a big impact, because you hope he doesn't, because you hope Derrick Henry has 300 carries again.
But after Deontay Foreman last year, I mean, if something is to happen.
Sure, I mean, Derrick Henry had a broken foot. So yeah, that was a bad situation for the Titans. I'm saying you hope Haskins doesn't. Okonkwo from Honky Tonk, who is the new tight end out of Maryland. Jay says Kyle Phillips. Hey, Jay, just one L in Phillips. Just one L. Just one L in Phillips.
My autocorrect got me the other day when I was texting.
That's going to be a pain in the ass for the entire time this guy's with the Titans.
Mhm.
Chris says Hassan. Wow, four answers in, and half of them are Hassan Haskins. DJ says big Roger McCreary. Jay, same Jay. He follows up with Kyle Phillips. Jarvis says Kyle Phillips. Steven says Nicholas Petit Ferrer. Phillips from Bama, Brad. Let's see. Kyle Phillips from Caesar. Mark says Chig Okonkwo. Nate says Malik Willis have the biggest impact after they bench Ryan Tannehill. I don't think that's going to happen. I highly doubt that happens. Roy says Chig and Kyle. DJ says hopefully not Willis. Sin City Titans just say none. No impact again from rookies.
Come on, Sin City. Play the game.
McCreary, Petit Frere, the O-line Frere guy, what's his name? The rookie running back. Chig, NPF, Chig. So, Jack, I'll let you go. Who are you looking for this?
So, in my opinion, best case scenario for the Titans on which rookie will have the biggest impact, aside from Treylon Burks, would be Petit Frere, right? Because that means your tackle position, your offensive line would hopefully be solidified. But again, we know that with John Robinson's track history, drafting a lineman, that's not necessarily guaranteed, even though Nicholas Petit Frere was a second-team All-America left tackle at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. So, that's something to look forward to. Hopefully he can develop. But I think year one, I think Kyle Phillips makes the most sense. I mean, let's talk about it, because in order to have an impact, you have to have opportunities. Now, the Titans at the slot position that hasn't gone well for them in years past. We've cycled through guys like, Taywan Taylor's been with the Titans, Khalif Raymond, who made that one big catch in Baltimore and did really nothing else. Chester Rogers, Adam Humphries was brought in and overpaid. I think Kyle Phillips makes a lot of sense. You look at some of the guys he's been compared to, and I know route running and quick twitch are like his two, calling cards. His 40 time was terrible at the combine. Now, straight line speed, I don't think is going to be his thing.
But you know what was really good at the combine? Not his 40 time wasn't.
Shuttle.
No. Within the 40-yard dash, his end 40 time was not impressive. 4.58. The Titans drafted Chance Campbell out of Ole Miss, a linebacker who ran faster. Chig ran faster with like 50 pounds extra.
Yes.
But the 10-yard split for Kyle Phillips was insane. Insane. So what does that mean? It means the dude can get off the line, and in those, with the shuttle time you're talking about, quick burst. He reaches his top speed real fast, which is great, and the Titans have kind of been missing that.
And back to the 3-cone, he had the 8th best time in the 3-cone drill of anyone at the combine, any position group. He was third amongst receivers. So it's those little digs and those little cuts he can make to separate from his defender off the line or out of a break. I mean, the opportunities he's going to have at that position, he's going to catch balls this year for the Titans. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be a guy who sits behind somebody like Mason Kinsey and waits. He's going to start at slot week 1, in my opinion. So Kyle Phillips, and also what he was able to do in the punt return game at UCLA, I think is going to be crucial. Titans have also had issues in the return game, although last year, I believe, they finished 9th in punt returns in the league, which I think you take as a Titans fan. Yeah. John Robinson praised Phillips' ability to catch the ball and just get upfield, not bounce it outside, not try and hit that home run, but hit singles, hit doubles. That home run will come. I like Phillips. I remember the comparisons, and I hate that they do these comparisons, but they just compare him to Julian Edelman and Hunter Renfrow and Cole Beasley, all these small white dudes. But I think there is some Renfrow in his game. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Hunter Renfrow, but I'm saying you see the way that Renfrow moves laterally, not vertically, but across the field. Phillips doesn't have to run, 30 yards down the field on go routes to burn whatever nickels on him. He can run, from sideline to sideline, get separation, and turn it upfield. A.J. Brown's yards after catch versus what Kyle Phillips' yards after catch will be, they're not going to be the same, but they're also not going to happen the same way. A.J. Brown can slip tackles. Kyle Phillips can slip defenders, catch the ball with 7 yards in front of him. I think that he's going to be an interesting player to watch, especially with Burks and Woods kind of coming along with Tannehill throughout the season. The two words that Titans fans and Titans media and analysts around the NFL like to throw around when Adam Humphries was a Titan was safety valve. Kyle Phillips is going to be Tannehill's safety valve. It's going to be comfortable. It's going to be open across the middle. It's not going to be, if you don't like anything 12 plus yards down the field, you've got Kyle Phillips 8 yards underneath. Hit him and he'll turn it up for a first down. He's going to move the chains. So for me, I think Kyle Phillips has the biggest impact. And I think he could really, I think he's going to make a big difference in year one for the Titans.
Yeah, I'm curious because I saw somebody say that he's not going to start in the slot and start. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Woods and Burks can both play in the slot, but Phillips will have a role for him in that offense.
Yeah. So I'm pulling this up. No Flags Film had a athletic chart for Kyle Phillips, and his 40-yard dash at 4.58 was like 23rd percentile in his position, right? But his 10-yard split that I was talking about was 92nd percentile. So really quick, his broad jump, which also is an explosion measure, right? 10-yard split, broad jump are explosive drills. His 10 is a broad jump at only 5'11 was 72 percentile. That's really impressive. His three cone, like you mentioned, in his 20-yard shuttle, the 5.10.5, the old good old 5.10.5, was both 83 and 84 percentile respectively. So I think Kyle Phillips is going to have an impact. I think the return game is where he has it earliest. And I think you mentioned opportunity. I don't disagree with you. He's got opportunity there because it's, Chester Rogers had a role in this offense. That's what Kyle Phillips is trying to go steal.
I think Phillips will really help Tannehill in the red zone, right? The Titans got down there a lot last year, but turning it into 6 was a struggle at times. Down in the red zone, you were missing a tight end presence as well. That could help Tannehill in the red zone this year. But I think Phillips just being able to, just go from side to side. It's 3-4 yards, whatever you need at the goal line. I think he's able to separate and find himself open more times than not down there. Phillips could, we talk about fantasy football. It's still early to talk about. But Phillips could be a little sleeper, man. He's going to be a free agent for a while. I think Tannehill's going to involve him early on. And by the time, that bye week comes around, hopefully in the middle of the season, I think there's going to be a solid rapport between the two. And Phillips is going to be somebody that teams will have to game plan for.
Yeah. So I think for the answer to the question of most impact as a rookie, I think it's between, I really like your thought about Nicholas Petit-Frere at offensive line because opportunity for him on the O-line, Kyle Phillips in the slot and in the return game, and then Roger McCreary. I am fascinated to watch the cornerback job opposite of Christian Fulton to see what that battle looks like. Because I think they're going to like Roger McCreary. I think we are all going to like how Roger McCreary competes. We never really got to see Caleb Farley compete last year because of the injuries he was returning from and then how early he got hurt in his rookie season. It was his first start against the Bills on Monday night when he tore his ACL. So what is the competition like between those two guys who Farley's 6'3" and long, McCreary's 5'11" and short arm guy, right? But how do they compete? I'm very fascinated to see what that looks like.
Yeah, and I asked you this on draft night. After they took McCreary, obviously we were caught off guard, right? We were like, cornerback, round 2? That's what they're doing right now, but it made a lot of sense. And at the time I said, if you're going to complain about the Titans drafting a cornerback behind Farley, then you're going to have to keep that same energy for addressing the offensive line because Radins is just as big of a question mark, if not bigger, than Farley, although we've seen Radins on the field just about the same amount as Farley. So yeah, it's going to be a wild one to watch. I remember the PFF stats for McCreary, right? There's a lot of guys in the AFC that are going to throw the ball deep down the field. When he was targeted over 20 yards down the field in college, which happened 18 times, he gave up just 2 catches and no touchdowns. Mm-hmm. The guy can cover deep down the field. He's not going to get burned. Nobody's getting behind him. He's a physical guy. He's 5'11". I'm not so sure that this is Caleb Farley's job right now. I think it's a total toss-up between the two. Sure, Farley has an extra year in the system. He knows what's going on. There's going to be a learning curve for McCreary, but this,
I don't know, man. I think the learning curve for McCreary is not that steep. I think because of the type of defense he played in at Auburn under Derek Mason last year, who was the D coordinator at Auburn, NB says it's McCreary. The Titans have a plan for him, which is why they chose him that high. And I think that's a good way to think about that, NB. He went 35 overall. Like Caleb Farley, while he's got a year there and a year in the classroom, he doesn't have a lot of time on the field because of both injuries he sustained. So he's had a lot of recovery time as well. I think now you're going to need both of them. Like this is not a or B and screw the other guy.
The other guy's not going to be, a healthy scratch on Sunday.
Yes, you're going to need everybody. You're going to need Fulton, Farley, McCreary, Buster. You're going to need Chris Jackson. You're going to need Elijah Molden. You're going to need all these dudes.
Theo,
well, different position, kind of. Theo's interesting too. I don't know what Theo Jackson's going to be. He's wearing number 29. Can he fill that Dane Cruikshank role over time?
Yeah, it's not something that Cruikshank did year one, but I think
did it you took year 3 for him to do that.
Outside of the number 2 corner spot across from Fulton, it will be interesting to see who they deem as the tight end stopper this year, if they even have one. It took Cruikshank 4 years to get to that level.
Because you know who it doesn't need to be? It doesn't need to be Kevin Byard.
No. You want to free Kevin Byard up as much as you possibly can. You want to give him less responsibility when it comes to the tight end so he can make plays on the back end. He can lead the league in picks. He can be a first-team All-Pro. I mean, Kevin Byard at his best is Kevin Byard when he doesn't have to do anyone else's job for them.
Yep. And that's what allowed him to get back to that All-Pro level that he played at last year. And George says Amani Hooker too. Hooker can, Byard and Hooker can both do it, but you don't want them to. You want somebody else to do that so they can be them. All right, A to Z Sports. Let's go ahead and wrap up this Thursday with the Magic Bucket Thursday. And I had a great tweet that I saw earlier in the show about renaming the Magic Bucket. But first, let me tell you guys about the Bone and Joint Institute, boneandjointtn.org, the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care. Whenever you get hurt in life, know who to go to, know who to trust. That is the Bone and Joint Institute, with over a dozen doctors there at their Franklin facility that specialize in any type of joint injury you could possibly have. boneandjointtn.org.
2 games tonight on the hardwood. I want to make sure you guys get this done. New users, download the BetMGM Sportsbook app on your phone. Use code ATOZ200, ATOZ 200. Put $10 on one money line for any of the 4 teams in action tonight, and that turns into $200 as long as 1 3-pointer is made in the game you bet on. You could put $10 on the Suns money line, cash that with a Suns win, and then with 1 3-pointer being made, because Luka and Devin Booker will make plenty of them tonight, you'll get $200 extra on top of that. A to Z 200, put a $10 wager on any team in action's money line in the NBA tonight. Turn that into $200 when 1 single 3-pointer is made. It's free. It's easy. It's $200.
Time for the Magic Bucket, or as John on Twitter suggested, the Mad Jack Bucket.
Oh, God. It needs some work, but I like where he's going with it.
Oh, it works great because the Magic versus Magic, because Jack, Magic, it works.
Magic.
The Mad Jack Bucket.
It might as well be. I mean, has Zach done one of these in the last 3 months?
I mean, last week, yeah.
I know, I'm playing with
him. You know what? Because of what happened last week or 2 weeks ago when you were in during draft week, and we did not have we had to do the,
I didn't get to fulfill it because we were talking to AJ Brown the next day. And I didn't want to look like an idiot.
Right. Because AJ Brown trade was too important for us to wear, or for you to wear earrings. So tomorrow, do you want to wear your clip-on earrings?
Yeah, man. I got peanut butter and jelly right in front of me somewhere.
All right. So tomorrow you can wear your earrings, and tomorrow I will over-gel my hair, which is what we both postponed because of the importance of that show post AJ Brown trade. So we'll get back on that. All right.
I'm okay with that.
So I will be pulling this for me. All right. Thank God I've already done this. I don't think you have not done this. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Just because
it's out of the bucket. You took it out of the bucket, or
it's currently out of the bucket. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because this
sounds like it's terrible.
Have I given you a gift?
No,
on Amazon?
no. I'm also late getting you one though. Although
Yeah.
it was a sticker situation on Etsy that never came through.
All right.
I'm
Well,
let's,
I owe you a
let's do
gift.
some. Okay, I'll get you one as well. We'll do some gift giving.
All right. I owe you a gift on Amazon under $20.
Christmas in May.
Yeah, and you have to present it. It'll be there hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, and you'll be on the show early next week with Zach.
Yeah.
So because I'm going to the beach, which I'm looking forward to. So
When do I get to go to the beach?
I don't know. It's up to you. This is the one time, the first time in like 7 years of us working together that Zach and I have had overlapping trips. But
What
anyway,
beach? What beach? Are you Panhandle guy?
I'm not saying where I'm going because I don't want people to come down there.
Oh, come on.
No, this is a we're going to Dauphin Island, which is off southern Alabama. It's just there's nothing there.
Okay.
For purpose. Like we're just taking the dogs, going down there and doing nothing for 4 days, 5 days.
Sounds awesome.
Yes. So I will buy you an Amazon gift under $20.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it. Make sure it's something I can use. You know what? I might send you a list, like a wish list.
No, I've already got something in mind.
Oh, great.
You've taught us how to tie your shoe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken a shot of alcohol to start the show?
No. Oh. That's such a horrible way to start a morning.
Yeah, but it's Friday, so it's okay.
So I'm doing that tomorrow.
Yep. That's what you're doing tomorrow.
All right, I can do it. I just okay. No wine tonight. Don't want to carry that over in tomorrow's show.
And a shot. This is not no beer. This is a shot of liquor.
I think I'm gonna have to get some screwball. I think I can do screwball in the morning. I haven't tried to do it since college.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, with the earrings, Lucas says.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll do some peanut butter whiskey with some peanut butter and jelly earrings.
Hey, Marquis says he'll take one with you.
Yes, Marquis, please, guys, let's take shots tomorrow together. Let's make this thing an open bar.
Screwball is the peanut butter, right?
Yeah, it's peanut butter flavored. I don't want to go.
I've had peanut butter whiskey.
Straight vodka.
I've had peanut butter whiskey before, and it's really good.
Ronnie, I can't do Hennessy in the morning, man.
I've done this twice. I did caramel vodka because it was in the fall, and then I did pecan vodka, which that was the way to go.
If you guys, okay, by the way, if any of you guys have liquor suggestions, maybe something easy, something smooth, now is the time to send it. I don't have anything downstairs.
You don't have anything?
Well, I mean, I've got like vodka, but that's for like, Moscow mules and whatever. I don't like to drink liquor. I'm a beer guy through and through, but I'll drink liquor for special occasions.
Like tomorrow morning.
Like tomorrow morning. Yeah, like 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Well, it'll be 8. It'll be 8. Then you'll just shoot it down. Like I think tequila. Are you a tequila person?
So I can't do tequila shots. I don't like doing tequila shots. I'll drink tequila. I love margaritas, but I don't like doing tequila shots. And
tequila shots make my skin crawl.
Fireball is a contender, Zach. It is a contender. That's something that I'm fairly successful in shooting. Let's see. I don't know what I said, but apparently I need to rephrase it. 1942. We're gonna do this on a budget, Nika. We're balling on a budget. Jaeger. I've burned myself out of Jaeger.
Oh God, gross. Like, how about some Evan Williams Green Label? You got any of that stuff?
Yeah, that's freshman year. Terrible. I still feel the burn in my throat from that terrible stuff.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see what Jack pulls out of the cabinet tomorrow for his shot. But we'll see you guys tomorrow on a Friday. Buck Rising will be live tonight for the schedule release reaction. So A to Z Sports Primetime, 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. So get ready for that. And everything comes out, starts to creep out throughout the day. So we'll see how right I am tomorrow morning. So we'll enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow.